The 2nd Marine Infantry Regiment is a unit of the French Army, the only regiment to bear 16 battle honours inscriptions of the regimental colours. The regiment is one of the quatre vieux regiments of the Troupes Marine, with the 1st Marine Infantry Regiment 1 RIMa, the 3rd Marine Infantry Regiment 3 RAMa and the 4th Marine Infantry Regiment 4 RIMa also, alongside the 1st Marine Artillery Regiment 1 RAMa as well as the 2nd Marine Artillery Regiment 2 RAMa, which formed the Blue Division. Creation and different nominations. 1622 – Creation by the Cardinal Richelieu of the Ordinary Sea Companies. 1822 – Ordinance of the King prescribing the formation of Marine Infantry Regiments. The Royal Ordinance by Louis Philippe, the King of the French of May 14, 1831, created 2 infantry regiments assigned to the ordinary service of garrisons in the French colonies. 1870 – 2nd Marching Marine Infantry Regiment. March 1, 1890 – doubling of the regiment. Formation of the 6th Colonial Infantry Regiment. 1900 to 1942 – designated as 2nd Colonial Infantry Regiment 2 RIC and garrisoned at Brest. 1941 to 1945 – 1/2 Brigade DFL. 1945 to 1947 – designated 2nd Colonial Infantry Regiment. 1947 – 2nd Colonial Infantry Battalion 2 BIC. 1947 to 1954 – Marching Battalion of the 2 RIC in Indochina, then Algeria. 1951 to 1955 – 2nd Colonial Infantry Battalion, 1958 present, 2nd Colonial Infantry Regiment 2 RIC designated as 2nd Marine Infantry Regiment 2 RIMa. History. Since 1822, and until 2012, the unit has endured the loss of 5,000 members. Ancient regime wars of the Revolution and Empire 1813, German campaign of 1813 October 16 to 19, Battle of Leipzig. 1814, Campaign of France February 14, 1918, Battle of Vieux. 1815 to 1848-1823, Spanish Expedition, Campaign Madagascar and South America. Conquest of Marquesas Islands and Society Islands. Second Empire 1854, Beaumont Franco-British Campaign in the Baltic Sea. August 31, 1854, the 2 RIMa, stationed at Rochefort, moved to Brest. Crimean War, Mexican Expedition, Siege of Puebla. Campaigns in the Extreme Orient. 1869. The regiment was distributed between Brest, Cochinchina and Guadeloupe. August 17, 1870, the 2nd Marine Infantry Regiment 2 RIMa was part of the RAMa Quatre de Challenge of Marshal de MacMahon. With the 3rd Marching Marine Infantry Regiment of Colonel Locamus, the 2 under the orders of Colonel Lalleron formed the 2nd Brigade of General Charles Martin des Paliers. This 2nd Brigade with the 1st Brigade of General Ribaul, 3 batteries de 4, 2 batteries de 4 and a machine gun of the Marine Artillery Regiment, on Engineer Company constituted the 3rd Infantry Division commanded by Division General de Vassogne. This infantry division evolved at the core of the 12th Army Corps, having for Commander-in-Chief Division General Lebrun. August 23 to 26, marching towards the east. August 31, 1870, Battle of Bazaine. For a first time, the 2nd Marine engaged in combat on metropolitan soil. On August 31 and September 1, 1870, engaged at the core of the Blue Division. The 2nd Marine Infantry Regiment 2E RIMa disappeared in a heroic battle against the Prussians, until the last shot. 1870 to 1914. During the Paris Commune in 1871, the regiment participated with the RAMa Quatre Versailles. Operations of the Campagne du Soudan, Tonkin Campaign, Expedition of the Formosa and occupation of Pescadores Islands. At the siege of Tuyenquam, 600 men of the regiment unblocked the garrison. Madagascar, First Dahomey Campaign, struggle against the Boxer Rebellion in China. Moroccan Campaign. World War I 1914. Still stationed at Brest, the regiment was part of the 1st Colonial Brigade of the 3rd Colonial Infantry Division 3E Dick. Reconstituted more than 10 times, having endured for 52 months with daily struggles of nearly 20,000 men killed, wounded or disappeared. The 2nd Colonial Infantry Regiment 2E RIC has participated to all the major battles of the conflict. The regiment received 4 citations at the Orders of the Armed Forces as well as the Fourragère with colors of the Médaille Militaire. 1914 Operations of the 3rd Army and 4th Army, Battle of the Frontiers. August 22 Battle of Rossignol. August 24 St. Vincent. November 1718 Offensives of Argonne, Wooden Forest de la Gruerie. 1915 July, August, operations in Argonne. September 25 October 6 Second Battle of Champagne. 1916 July, Battle of the Somme, Barlou, Belloir-en-Santerre. 1917 Avril, May, Le Chemin des Dames, October 25 November 6 Verdun. 1917 Les Chambrettes. 1918 July 12 to 23 Meilly-Rainville. August 8 Les Eparges. November 7 to 10 Hors-de-Meuse. Interwar Period. In 1930, 2nd Colonial Infantry Regiment was stationed at Brest. In 1939, Tripoli in Greater Syria. World War II. 1940 engaged at Amiens. The regiment was dissolved in November 1940. With the Free French Brigade of the Orient. Battle of Keren, February 23. Battle of Keren, February 26. Massoua, April 8. 1942 to the 2nd Brigade of Free France was officially formed in Syria in April 1942. The brigade participated to the campaigns in Libya 1942, and Tunisia, 1943 Battle of Takraouna, May 11, 1943. Italian Campaign, 1944 Battle of Pontecorvo. Campaign of France, Toulon and Colmar. 1945 By orders of the General Charles de Gaulle, on May 25, 1945, the 2nd Brigade of the 1 RIDFL retook the traditions of the 2nd Marine Infantry Regiment. General de Gaulle made the 2nd Colonial Infantry Regiment 2E RIC a Compagnon de la Libération and awarded the regiment the Croix de la Libération, while the Fourragère received olive colors of the Croix de Guerre 1939 to 1945. 1945 to present Indochina War, where the 1st Marching Battalion was attributed the Croix de Guerre des Taux with Palm. The Legend d'Honneur was awarded to the regimental colors on July 14, 1952. Algeria. The 2E RIC mounted with 3 battalions was sent in full to Algeria sectors Conchela, El Kantara and Batna, sectors of Orleanstown, Valley Somme come in. At the ceasefire on March 19, 1962 in Algeria, the 2e RIMa constituted among 91 other regiments, part of the 114 local forces. The I-2e RIMa was a local force of the Algerian Order of Battle, 442 degrees UFO and La 443 degrees UFO, composed of 10% metropolitan military and 90% Muslim military, and which during the transition period were at the service of the Executive Provisional Algerian Authority, until the independence of Algeria. The regiment garrisoned in the Sarthe in 1963, a part in Le Mans, a party to Ovars. The 2e RIMa participated since professionalization in 1978 to numerous operations on the continents. The 2nd Marine illustrated capability notably in Chad, in Mauritania, in Lebanon, former Yugoslavia, in Albania, in Central, in Côte d'Ivoire, in Guyana, in New Caledonia, at Senegal, in Kosovo, in Bosnia and Herzegovina, at Cameroon, in Macedonia, Afghanistan. During the First Gulf War, the regiment was cited at the orders of the brigade on May 10, 1991. This citation included the Croix de Guerre d'Esto with Bronze Star, Ivory Coast 2003 and 2004. The regiment was deployed in the southwest of the Republic and assured the return of the refugees while pushing back rebels that terrorized the region. Stability required 2 months. Accordingly, the regiment was sent to center of the country. The mission was to assure the neutrality of the confidence zone. The regiment endured the loss of the 3 Marines at Bouake on November 6, 2004. Bosnia and Herzegovina. The 2e RIMa illustrated capability on May 27, 1995 by retaking an observation post point of the FORPRONU. The regiment was the last French regiment to arm and command the Franco-Spanish battalion. The mission was to collect the detained arms and facilitate the reorganization of French forces in the zone. Chad in 2005. The regiment composed with the squadron of the 1er RIMa, the terrestrial group of French elements based in Chad. In 2006, the 2e RIMa was engaged in Lebanon in the evacuation of French personnel and the containment of populations in danger. 500 Marines of the 2e RIMa reinforced elements of other regiments formed officially the Tactical Inter-Arm Group Richelieu since November 25, 2010. This groupment joined Shoroni in Afghanistan a couple days later for a mission of 6 months. Middle of June 2011, the Marsoan were relieved by the battle group of the 152nd Infantry Regiment. On July 7, 2011, Battalion Richelieu would be dissolved. The regiment endured the loss of 2 Marsoan in Capassar on April 20, 2011, resulting from a mine explosion which wounded 3 others. 2013 Mali, Operation Serval. A unit of the 2e RIMa integrated the 1st Inter-Arm Tactical Group. The unit intervened with units of the 21st Marine Infantry Regiment 21e RIMA, the 1er RHP, the 3rd Marine Artillery Regiment 3e RAMa, the 6th Engineer Regiment 6 ERG, the 3e RPIMA, the 1st Foreign Cavalry Regiment 1er Arakan CPA-20. The unit conducted the operation alongside the Malian Army on January 28, 2013. Subordinations. The regiment is subordinated to the 9th Marine Infantry Brigade, a part of the Terrestrial Forces. Organization. The regiment is articulated into 8 companies with Compagnie de Commandement et de Logistique, Command and Logistics Company, 1 Compagnie de Combat, 1st Combat Company, 2 Compagnie de Combat, 2nd Combat Company, 3 Compagnie de Combat, 3rd Combat Company, 4 Compagnie de Combat, 4th Combat Company, 5 Compagnie de Combat, 5th Combat Company, 6e Compagnie de Reserve 6th Reserve Company, Compagnie de Clarage d'Appui Reconnaissance and Support Company. Traditions. The anniversary is celebrated for combats in Bazet, the village which was apprehended and abandoned 4 consecutive times under orders, respectively on August 31 and September 1, 1870. Au nom de Dieu, vive le colonial. In the name of God, vive le colonial. The Marceau and the Biggers have for Saint God. This war calling concludes intimate ceremonies which part life in the regiments, offered also at origin as an act of grace to Charles de Foucault. Motto: Fidélité honor terre et mer, translates to fidelity and honor on land and sea. Insignia of the 2e RIMa, a frigate firing broadside, featuring the coat of arms of Fleur-de-Lys Nerman. The frigate plaque rests on a golden marine anchor, featuring 1638, dated on the stock. A military inscribed 2, surmounted of 3 chevrons brushing on a diamond on the crown of the anchor. The arm of the anchor is inscribed with Fidélité honor terre et mer. Regimental colors. Regimental song decorations. The regimental colors are decorated with Legend Honneur, Croix de la Libération, Croix de Guerre 1914 to 1918 with 4 palms, Croix de Guerre 1939 to 1945 with 2 palm, Croix de Guerre des Têtes d'Opérations Extérieures with 1 bronze star and 1 palm. The regiment was made a Compagnon de la Libération, Croix de la Valeur Militaire with 1 palm. Fourragère. The regiment is entitled to wear the fourragère bearing the colors of the Médaille Militaire awarded on December 25, 1919, with Croix de Guerre 1914 to 1918 and Croix de Guerre 1939 to 1945 awarded on September 18, 1946. The fourragère with colors of the Ordre de la Libération since June 18, 1996. Honors. Battle honors. Beaumont 1854, Puebla 1863, Bazet 1870, Tuyanquan 1885, Le Mans 1914, Champagne 1915, Le Somme 1916, Lan Verdun 1917, Cub 1941, El Alamein 1942, Tacro Una 1943, Pontecorvo 1944, Toulon 1944, Colmar 1945, Indochine 1947 to 1954, AFN 1952 to 1962. Regimental commanders. 2e RIMa 1869 to 1870, Colonel Loubert. 1870, Colonel Aliron. 1885, Colonel Frey. 2 Uric 2 RIMa. Gallery 2e RIMa. Notable officers and AMP Marines. Joseph Galliani, lieutenant in 1873, Joseph I. Merrick, as lieutenant and captain in 1887 to 1888, Jean-Louis de Leon, regimental commander.